Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's Hyagara, and I welcome you all back to another episode of Oot 3D 3-Heart Run. In the last episode, we left Kokiri Forest, upgraded our Deku Seed ammunition to the max, and retrieved a Hylian shield from a grave in Kakariko village. We also met Malon here, who informed us that her father went missing on his way to deliver milk to the castle. In this episode, we're going to make our way to the castle and see if we can kill two birds with one stone by also finding Malon's father. And wouldn't you know it, it's our favorite NPC, Mr. Gebora. Once again, he is going to inform us of the passage of time. Hey, Link, this way. The princess is inside the castle just ahead. Be careful not to get caught by the guards. Ho ho ho, hoot. On this ground, time flows normally, but time stands still when you're in Lon Lon Ranch or in a town. If you want time to pass normally, you'll need to leave town. Well, which way are you gonna go now? Hoo hoo hoot. Do you want to hear what I said again? Absolutely not. Hoo, you're a smart kid. Good luck then, hoo. I think he's calling us a smart kid because we paid attention and made sure not to mash A so that we wouldn't get stuck listening to his spiel over and over. But first things first, again, I do not condone doing this in real life, but if you roll into this tree, a gold skulltula will fall from it. Now, I'm gonna just cut the crap. What you're meant to do here is enter this area and then immediately leave and go back in, because if you leave, you'll notice that Malon is missing. So you turn around, and wouldn't you know it, she's right here by the vines. Are you going to the castle, fairy boy? Would you mind finding my dad? He must have fallen asleep somewhere around the castle. What a thing for an adult to do, hee. Oh yeah, if you look for him, I'll give this to you. I've been incubating this egg very carefully, tee. You got a weird egg. Feels like there's something moving inside. Set it to any of the buttons and see what happens. Yada yada yada. Yeah, we're gonna equip that real quick to item pouch number 2. Also, I just want to say, in Talon's defense, that's her father's name, by the way, I don't blame him for falling asleep, you know? I mean, you'll see that he's lugging around, giant crates of milk, and plus he's a hardworking man, kind of, self-employed. So, I don't blame him for taking a nap on the job. I mean, I'm not even self-employed. I just finished up a job as like a youth summer camp counselor, right? And every time I got home from work, I was beat. I was too tired to like do anything pretty much. I would always just fall asleep for a few hours because working outside and with kids, it's just, it takes a lot out of you. Or working in general, really. Like, if you're, younger and you're watching my videos, you're probably still in school. If you think that's draining, wait till you get a full-time job. I mean, the plus side is you actually get paid for trading your time away, whereas in school, they don't pay you, they just make you sit in a classroom for 8 hours and force you to listen to a bunch of information that is pretty much irrelevant to you. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, unless you go into a field that requires a lot of math, you don't need anything aside from addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. It's just mostly useless information. So here we have Talon. Mumble. Welcome. Our ranch is so fun. Come on and we'll look around. So he's fast asleep. If only we had something that could make a really loud noise to wake him up. Nope, that didn't do the trick. I wonder what's gonna hatch from that egg. Maybe that'll help us. Unfortunately, we gotta wait an entire day-night cycle, so we might as well start moving his crates for him. But yeah, these are huge. I don't see a wagon anywhere. So, like, did he just carry these by hand? I mean, he is a pretty stocky guy, but I don't know. I mean, Link, even though he's 9 years old, as we discussed in the last, or a couple episodes ago, he has very big forearms, implying that he probably, does pull-ups in his spare time or something, while he's just hiding away in his house without his fairy. So anyway, if we take a look at Talon here, he probably looks a little familiar to you, red shirts, blue overalls, and kind of looks like Bowser on his necklace there. Yeah, he's very much modeled after Mario, with the big facial hair too. Only difference being he's bald, whereas Mario is not. There's a character that we'll meet later on who bears a resemblance to Luigi, more specifically when he had like his fire abilities in the NES Mario game. But anyway, I'll just wait for day to night to pass. I'll meet you guys back here when the sun comes up, so see you in a minute or so. The sun is just about to come up. I hope the egg will hatch. Oh, look at that! Look, a Kuko hatched from the egg you were incubating! It's the miracle of life! Let's use it to wake up this Mario doppelganger! What tarnation? Can't a person get a little shut-eye around here? Hello, and who might you be? Yep, I'm Talon, the owner of Lon Lon Ranch. I went to the castle to deliver some milk, but I sat down here to rest and I guess I fell asleep. What? Malon was looking for me? Well, I'm gonna catch it from her now. I messed up bad, leaving Malon behind to wait for me. She's really gonna let me have it! And so is the Children Aid Society when they find out you've been neglecting your 9-year-old daughter, you horrible man. Jeez, okay, you know, I was previously, during the last day of the game, I was justifying, you know, workers sleeping after working hard and such, but one thing I will not even attempt to justify is child neglect. Now, without getting too personal, I know what it's like to have a workaholic parent that spends all their time just focused on what they do, except, you know, my parent actually worked and he didn't sleep on the job. But it did kind of come at relatively at the cost of our relationship, I suppose. I mean, again, without going into too much detail, I have an estranged relationship with my father, but when I was younger and he was still part of my life, he definitely spent so much time working. He tried, you know, at times he would make an effort to spend time with my sister and I, but like overall, if we wanted to do something with him, he'd be like, oh, can't, I'm working right now.
I'd rather not talk about this.
But anyway, all rambling about parenthood aside, this is a stealth mission. You want to stay out of the guard's line of sight and make your way through to the quote-unquote Princess of Destiny. Now, I have seen people speedrun this and it's quite comical, but I'm not going to even attempt to. I'm just going to try and make my way through. You can go overhead there if you feel like it, but I'm just going to go past, because honestly, the controls for this game haven't aged wonderfully, so it's really easy unless you go super slowly, especially with my drifting controller, to kind of just fall off a little. But yeah, I'm just going to try and go through this really quickly and not get caught. I've always wondered who these statues were supposed to be representing, because, like, you know, my timeline theorist loving self would like to imagine that they're figures from, you know, Skyward Sword or Minish Cap, since those are the games that come before Ocarina chronologically. But of course, when they were developing this game, those games weren't even an idea in, what's his name, Anuma's head. So, I've always wondered who they were supposed to be. Anyway, oh, she looks important, but first things first, there's something I want to show off. You've probably seen this in, like, Did You Know Gaming Easter egg videos and such, but if you look inside here, there's a golden pipe, and some familiar looking scenery there. Yeah, there's some Mario imagery inside the castle walls. Now, in the original Ocarina of Time, you'll actually see pictures of, I believe, Mario, Peach, Bowser, Luigi, and Yoshi. Could be wrong, but again, I'll put a screenshot on screen there so you guys can take a look. But yeah, it's just a fun little Easter egg. I believe it was honestly teasing New Super Mario Bros. 2, which was still in development at the time of this game's release. So maybe that has something to do with it. But without further ado here, let's just talk to the Princess of Destiny and see what she has to say. What? Who? Who are you? You know, you're the second person to me today who has said who over and over, but a different kind of who. Anyway, how'd you get past the guards? Well, not to be disrespectful, but they're not very good at their jobs. I mean, they only really pay attention to what's ahead of them. They don't listen, so they could clearly hear my footsteps, but they didn't bother turning around. But I'm getting sidetracked. Oh, what's that? Is that a fairy? Oh god, she's Mr. Crocker too, guys. Then are you from the forest? Then you wouldn't happen to have the spiritual stone of the forest, would you? That green and shining stone? Do you have it? Of course I do. I'd love to show off my cool green rock collection. It's one of 3 cool rocks I'm gonna collect in this game. Just as I thought. I had a dream. In the dream, dark storm clouds were billowing over the land of Hyrule. But suddenly, a ray of light shot out of the forest, parted the clouds, and lit up the ground. The light turned into a figure holding a green and shining stone, followed by a fairy. I knew this was a prophecy that someone would come from the forest. Yes, I thought you might be the one. Oh, I'm sorry. I got carried away with my story and didn't even properly introduce myself. I am Zelda, the titular princess of this game and the princess of Hyrule. What is your name? ... Link. Strange. It sounds somehow familiar. Okay then, Link. I'm gonna tell you the secret of the sacred realm that has been passed down by the royal family of Hyrule. All I had to do was show you my cool rock to make you tell me the history of the royal family, like a secret kept within it? Please keep this a secret from everyone. Sure. The legend goes like this. But remember that, guys. You just gotta show a princess a cool green rock to gain her trust and learn the history of the royal family and their greatest secret. The three goddesses hid the Triforce containing the power of the gods somewhere in Hyrule. The power to grant the wish of the one who holds the Triforce in his hands. If someone with a righteous heart makes a wish, it will lead Hyrule to a golden age of prosperity. If someone with an evil mind has his wish granted, the world will become consumed by evil. That is what has been foretold. So the ancient sages built the Temple of Time to protect the Triforce from evil ones. Pretty shiny, the power of the sun in the palm of my hand. Or the back of my hand. That's right. The Temple of Time is the entrance through which you can enter the sacred realm from our world. The entrance is sealed with a stone wall called the Door of Time. And in order to open the door, it is said that you need to collect 3 spiritual stones. Another thing you need is the treasure that the royal family keeps along with this legend. The magical the Ocarina of Time!
There it is! There it is!
Did you understand well the story I just told you? Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother hitting no on the off chance that she just tells it all to me again. That's great! I forgot to tell you. I was spying through the window just now. The other element from my dream, the dark clouds. I believe they symbolize that man in there. Will you look through the window at him? Might as well. And once again, it is Mr. Bottom Tier Smashy Bros, Ganondorf. You see the man with the evil eyes? That is Ganondorf, the leader of the Gerudo, whatever. Say Gerudo. They hail from the desert far to the west. Though he swears allegiance to my father, I am sure he is not sincere. The dark clouds that cover Hyrule, my dream, they must symbolize that man. What happened? Did he see you? Don't worry. He doesn't have any idea what we're planning. Yet. Yes. I told my father about my dream. However, he didn't believe it was a prophecy. But I can sense that man's evil intentions. What Ganondorf is after must be nothing less than the Triforce of the Sacred Realm. He must have come to Hyrule to obtain it. And he wants to conquer Hyrule. No, the entire world! Link, now we are the only ones who can protect Hyrule. Please, I don't believe you. You're spiraling very quickly there, child. Please believe me, my prophecies have never been wrong. I want a specific example, Zelda. Whatever, sure. I believe you. Thank you. I'm afraid. I have a feeling that man is going to destroy Hyrule. He has such terrifying power. But it's fortunate that you have come. We must not let Ganondorf get the Triforce. I will protect the Ocarina with all my power. He shall not have it. You, go find the other 2 spiritual stones. With pleasure, Zelda. Also, I gotta say, Link looks, like, blind here. It's like he's not even looking into a direct line of sight. I don't know, it just looks a little off, but, you know, he's not meant to. It's an old game. Whatever. Let's get the Triforce before Ganondorf does, and then defeat him. One more thing. Take this letter. I'm sure it will be helpful to you. You received Zelda's letter. Wow, this letter has Princess Zelda's autograph. On the item subscreen, you can set it to I, X, Y, or 2, and then use it to take it out and show it to people. My attendant will guide you out of the castle. Do not be afraid to talk to her. Alright, here we have Impa, Zelda's personal attendant. Very foxy-looking lady, if I do say so myself. I am Impa of the Sheikah. I am responsible for protecting Princess Zelda. Everything is exactly as the princess foretold. You are a courageous boy. You are heading out on a big new adventure, aren't you? My role in the princess's dream was to teach a melody to the one from the forest. This is an ancient melody passed down by the royal family. I have played the song for Princess Zelda as a lullaby ever since she was a baby. There is mysterious power in these notes. Now listen carefully. Zay, Zay. Because, you know, you pronounce X with like a Z or Z sound. Now, in the original game, you'd use the yellow arrow buttons and it would be left, up, right, left, up, right. You've learned Zelda's lullaby. If the castle soldiers find you, there will be trouble. Let me lead you out of the castle. Alright, back in Hyrule Field. It's a brand new day. The sun is shining in the sky. There are a few clouds in sight, but it's not raining. Anyway, you brave lad. We must protect this beautiful land of Hyrule. Take a good look at that mountain. That is Death Mountain, home of the Gorons. They hold the spiritual stone of fire. At the foot of Death Mountain, you will find my village, Kakariko. That is where I was born and raised. You should talk to some of the villagers there before you go up Death Mountain. The song I just taught you has some mysterious power. Only royal family members are allowed to learn the song. Remember, it will help to prove your connection with the royal family. The princess is waiting for you to return to the castle with the stones. Alright, counting on you. Alright guys, so we have our mission. We gotta make our way east now to Death Mountain and hopefully retrieve the spiritual stone of fire from the Gorons. But, I don't know about you guys, all that listening to the princess really took it out of me. I think we're gonna call it here at the foot of Death Mountain. So in the next episode of Oot 3D 3-Heart Run, we are gonna climb up the mountain, speak to some villagers in Kakariko, and hopefully break bread with the Gorons and take their cool shiny red rock. I mean, I assume it's red because, you know, the text was. But anyway, till then, I've been Tyagara. I thank you all for watching, and I bid you all farewell.